presenters, Chrissy here. One of my subscribers, Tonya, I think it is. Hello, Tonya, and welcome to new viewers. Has asked me to look into the Epoch News. They've given millions in support of Trump and the saviour theory, apparently, which is what that Trump was sent to earth by God to save everyone. Yeah. Very interesting. Anyway, so what I'm going to do with that is do an overview spread for the Epoch Times to see what they're really about. Why are they supporting Trump? And what their agenda may be. So I'm going to do an overview, and then I'm going to do another 5-carder. Excuse me for a minute. That outlines, that fills things in a little bit more. So the overview spread is a 7-card spread. Haven't used it for a little while, but anyway. So shuffle more. I'm using the Connolly deck here, and I think I'll use the everyday. No, I think I'll use. I have reversals in this clarified deck, the Royal Tarot, which I like to call my blunt, unvarnished truth deck. So we'll do clarifiers with that. But anyway, the Epoch Times, EPOCH, and I went and checked out their site. They cover pretty much everything, but they have pretty much stuff that's going on at the moment. They have a whole section devoted to Trump, and I didn't go in to read the stories, but the headlines seem to be slightly slanted towards Trump's favour. So that was just what I got from the headlines. Let's have a look here. Ooh. 5 of Pentacles. And they feel a little bit out of the mainstream. They are a little bit out of the mainstream. I understand there's supposed to be a bit of a religious theme going through them. And they feel like they're building a legacy. So they don't see themselves as mainstream. They see themselves on the outer of mainstream. And they don't really have a problem with that. But this person isn't really seeing the whole situation of being where they are. So they may have put themselves there, I don't know. We'll put those in. If I remember correctly, the Epoch Times, I can't remember who founded it. Yeah. I'll just have a quick look on that. So just excuse me for a minute. Sorry about that. I'm back. It was the Epoch News. Epoch News was founded in 2000 by John Tang and a group of Chinese Americans who are associated with the Falun Gong spiritual movement. They do have a special interest in China, but they also cover general news. And as I was saying, they've got this whole section on the front page, the home page. They've got a whole Trump news section, and all of the headlines have a positive spin for Trump on it, like reporters moan about Trump's previous press conferences and recent press conferences and things like that. So I take it looks like they're not big fans of China as it is. So they're probably supporting Trump because they feel that, you know, maybe they can get something done in China. But we'll have a look. And what is their agenda? So first we'll have a look at them in general, and then I'll do a little 5-card spread underneath that tells me what their agenda is. So, an overview of the Epoch Times. Ace of Wands. It's it calls for new action to take place. I think I'm not sure. I'm not familiar with it, but it seems to be feeling that it's a way for new action to take place and a way to call for new action to take place. So let's see. So the paper itself is interesting. The Eight of Cups, walking away. So I wonder what they're walking away from. With that Five of Cards and my Five of Pentacles and my interpretation of them, maybe walking away from being part of the mainstream media. I find that hard to believe. They've got several, looking at their site, they have several offshoot publications. One called American Tradition. Yeah. Current influences on them. Their current influence, the High Priestess, they have their own agenda that they want Trump to carry out. But they may be considering walking away from him. We'll have a look. What's over their head? What do they want to think about? The Empress. Wow. Possibilities. Yeah, that's about possibilities. America. I think they want to have a greater influence over America as a whole, I think. And they were looking at Trump to help them with that. The near future, the world. This is, they're going to be coming into focus, the focus of world attention, world media, or something with them is coming to a completion. It could be whatever, their support for Trump or whatever, but something is going to happen in the near future that's going to put some world focus on them. What's underneath? What do they not want to think about? This is John Tang and the founder and everyone. Going their separate ways. Again, we've got the walking away card, their own agenda, influence over America, influence over, and it's interesting because this Empress card has a butterfly in it. Butterflies are a signal or portent of change, a symbol of change. This is going their separate ways. And the world completion of whatever it is they want, I think. So, recent past. What is it they hoped? This is the Knight of Chaos. The Knight of Swords, chaos. Action that would create chaos. I think they were banking on Trump to pull China into line, but instead he's made a total cluster fudge of it and just created chaos instead, and that's not what they wanted. What's the next step for them? The Nine of Wands, they're going to be building up their own defences. I think they're going to be looked at, their contributions, the way the media is slanted pro-Trump. I mean, they're not the only media organisation that has a distinct pro-Trump slant. I mean, look at a lot of Fox News. So it's not all that surprising. But they're going to be building their defences, trying to keep somebody out. I have an idea, and I'll do this other 5-card reading, that Trump hasn't given them what they want. He hasn't pulled China into line. He hasn't helped them gain a greater grip over help them gain a greater ability to enact whatever change they want to enact on the American populace, and it could be spiritual, it could be something else. So they're walking away, which is the centre card here. They're walking away from Trump because he's not meeting their agenda. The reason they put their weight behind him. So what is their agenda? Let's have a look. In the past, their agenda was chariot, victory, bringing about rapid victory over China, I suppose. They wanted Trump to gain some victory over China and get have America gain some control over China. The present, yeah, they're not happy. This is the emperor. He is screwing the pooch, basically. And he's just, they're stuck with him at the present. And so what's their hidden influences in this? Queen of Cups. I think they could be maybe talking to Putin in Russia, or Russian media oligarchs or something. Maybe they're hatching a plan with that. If Russia can get a president in, they can sure as hell get a president out. Advice for them. This is a 10, it's the end of the cycle. Things are going to come to an end, and that echoes the world, the completion. So something is going to come to completion with their legacy, and they better be careful that they don't flush that legacy down the drain with whatever it is they're doing. And possible outcome with the Epoch Times and Trump. A new offer, but not to Trump. Is this offer going to be to somebody else? Yes, it is. And it's not going to be to Trump. They're going to abandon Trump and pull their support. So that, printers, is my take on the Epoch Times, John Tang, and what he wanted to, what their agenda was in backing Trump. It'd be interesting to keep an eye on those headlines in the Trump section and see if they start getting a little bit more negative slant. Sometimes these changes, they make them subtle so that they can't be accused of being too pro one thing or another. If they change it subtly, it's like, oh, it's an awakening. It's not like, oh, they're just changing things as it to their advantage. But of course they are. If they don't see an advantage in backing Trump anymore, they'll pull out. So it definitely has to do with the influence that Chinese Americans wanted to be able to have on their homeland, or their historical homeland, and with Chinese businesses and all that. And they were hoping that Trump would, rein them in and put on some controls, and that just didn't happen. Anyway, thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you at the next reading.